I still think this is the best way to learn, is trying to recreate pros. So I'm going to try recreate Ricardo's pro editing here, and I'll teach you the settings, follow along to understand these tools and the thinking process that goes on with working with these tools, whether you're a beginner or a little bit more advanced. Yeah, just trying to recreate his edit so we can learn Lightroom really well. So we're really lucky to have Ricardo's raw image here and all the settings and the edit from his Instagram over here. So thank you for Ricardo for supplying this raw image. So here's Ricardo himself. He's actually a guest editor in the course.
Hello everyone, this is Ricardo speaking. I am very honored to be selected as one of the guest editors on Martin's course. This course is for everyone. I have watched a bunch of workshops, courses, and everything on the internet available. I buy a lot of courses. I like to study the market. So I have watched a lot of courses, and definitely Martin's was the best and the most complete one. If you have any doubts about editing, I'm sure this course will teach you everything you need. Thanks Martin once again for the invitation, and I hope you all like the course.
Along with heaps of other guest editors, we're really going really deep into learning styles and learning from all these pros that are teaching in this one place, and we can really look at how all these different photographers are getting different styles and get really in depth into different styles. And that's the best way to learn, to get different perspectives of editing, because every other course, every other photographer I see teaching, it's just one style, one way, and can't really learn, because it's when you see different perspectives and different methods and what's the same and what's different from all these different approaches of editing is we really learn, and is actually how I learn really well. So quickly covering the settings, we've got 100mm f5, so still a blurry background because we're at 100mm, you're quite zoomed, and then a low ISO, don't need a high ISO, and a pretty fast shutter, plenty fast for a sharp photo here. Okay, so where do you start when trying to get a nice color grade like this that matches his theme, the blue tones, the green tones? Firstly, very well exposed out of camera, and what I'm going to show you now and later on are the filters. So this is really important for this style. Okay, so if we turn them all off and on, you can see how bland it looks. And then these filters, so I'll go over each of them. So we've got the background, just lightening up the background a bit, creates a bit more depth to the image. We've got the foreground darkened, so that again, that is creating depth to the image. So we've got a bit more foreground. Your eye is guided to the subject, and we are bringing out the subject's face a little bit, then the subject's body a little bit, with a bit of contrast, a bit of warmth for more color. Okay, really important. I'll come back these filters at the end of the edit, see what role they play, these other settings that we'll do. Okay, so is this really important that these are already done, so we can learn these adjustments. Okay, so honestly, we're exposed really well out of camera, so curves is going to be the most important part of this edit for style especially. Let's do a generic kind of S-curve in here, and if you don't know curves, so we've got the whites over here, so you can see how we're darkening the brighter areas of the image over here on the side of the curve. We are brightening dark areas. Okay, we're brightening the shadows if we're working on this half. Okay, so when you brighten a dark, you get this little fade. Now we don't want this much fade, but we're going to do a little bit of it about here to try to match his style. Okay, he's got a little bit of it going on, but not heaps. So around about here. Then for mids, around here. Then, like, do we want it flat or do we want this up? We're going to go about here, and then as you can see, we don't want to see all of this. We want this like smooth roll off to those whites. That's why we might drop this a little bit. Okay, so off and on, you can see we just faded the image a little bit. Now we're going to come in color curve. So this is really important for color. And we're going to do something like this, and then we're gonna go copy, paste. Now he has a very green and blue tones to his image, so that's what we're going to focus on a lot in this image. But let's just brighten it again a bit, maybe bring down the highlights for a bit more smoother look. While we're here, he does have quite a natural look to his images. I quite like how he drops clarity. Okay, let's bring some shadows down. Yeah, we're not looking too bad in terms of getting his blue and green tones at the moment, but I just want to have a bit more. See this blue? See how blue that went in the highlights? I want a bit more of this tone in the highlights. So I'm going to bring the red down a bit. I'm going to make sure the greens are a little bit higher, and then maybe the blues, and then there's this like nice blueness to the grass and stuff. So in the mid-tones, blue a little bit. Okay, we're gonna come and do HSL and stuff soon to get even closer. Okay, I'll do some all sorts down here very shortly, but let's keep working here. So I actually bring the mids down a bit, and then he does have warmth in the shadows. So if we come over here, you can see how warm this is, and like look how blue ours looks. So I might go less blue the shadows and go this direction, and you can see in the curves here, we've got this yellow over here, we've got this blue over here. So we're gonna go less blue, more yellow, and now we're much more like his. Okay, even a lot warmer than his. And okay, but we still want this blue. Okay, so now we're too warm over here. So in the mid-tones, I'm going to go a bit more blue here. Okay, we just added in that little bit of blue. So if we go back, let's bring it back again, a bit more blue there. Then greens, maybe in the mids, that's also going to give a slight, like, green is very close to blue. So when you add green, it kind of helps with the green and blue tones, the cooler tones he has in his style. And then we are looking a little green in the sky. He is much more blue, so touch less green in the sky, I think, a little bit. Okay, so the curves are the most like fine-tune, mess around with the most, so we'll probably come back to this to perfectly match his style. But let's do HSL. Let's drop these yellows. You can see that's how he gets these like blue greens as well. Yellows are very often with your greens. Let's bring them down lots. Greens down. We just want vibrance though. Move saturation down. It does have muted tones, but we need the oranges up for sure. And we've got a lot of blues going on. And so I'm going to be looking at an area like this. You can see that we've got way too much blue versus his blue. Drop the blues. We're going to take the blues out. Now you might think the grass has lost too much color, so I'm dropping the yellows. But I want to add warmth with color grading here. In the shadows, we are going to add quite a bit of warmth. You can see how that brings back all those yellows. Okay, really important. Quite a bit. And now we get all this color back. And now we're like, we've got this quite nice complementary going on between the cool tones and the warm tones. Really like it. Then we just need the right hue. So do we want warm, more blue? Be over here. Just looking at his and then trying to match them up really at this stage. Aquas. And then we've got the brightness of colors. So let's make that grass shine. Blues shine a lot. Play with the greens. Drop the yellows. So I see a slight color shift all through this area and right in front of the line here. And it affects the line also. I think the yellows. See, the lion is this yellow at the moment. We're kind of this orange. Okay, so I'm gonna go this direction, the right tone, and I see it happening just the grass in front of the line, this little glow here of like greeny yellow. It's quite subtle, and all through here. Hopefully you see that. So that's why I'm doing that. Oranges. Okay, so the oranges is just the lion, none of this grass effect. So that's what makes it tricky. Like yellows will affect the lion and the grass, but the oranges will just affect the lion. So it's hard when all these colors are overlapping with each other. Do we have any reds? The tiniest amount. Take it down, because sometimes like red can just really throw off your color palette when like we've got all these nice blue and yellow tones, warm tones, and then when you feel just like a splotch of red, random color, throw off. It's kind of advanced color theory thinking, but throw off a color palette. Okay, so I'm going to come back to curves, and this is where we like play around and get exactly like his, because the curves are so fine, meticulous to deal with, but very powerful as well. I'm going to look at the sky. We need a bit more of the cyan color. So let's go down. Now we've got a bit more of this cyan color because you can see cyan down here in the curves. You can see red up here. And we need more color in the grass and more warmth throughout the whole image. Like you can see the greens here, like he has more, it's hard because you might think we need more green saturation in HSL, but what you actually need is just more warmth in the mids. Okay, so a bit less blue in the mids. Something like that. Maybe not quite so much. A bit more blue in the highlights. So let's just delete this control point. Now I'm going to bring this one down, because really I wanted to reduce this point here. But if you've got this point, it's like it creates a weird shape. So I just got rid of this point. Now I can like reduce this area but keep a nice curve. Okay, so I'm just trying to get the right amount of warmth. We still look a little blue, so go something like that. Now we're very, very, very close. I might think about more green in the mids. Shadows. So coming up. Pretty close. Like it. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. To be honest, I'm surprised how well that turned out. Let's like review some stuff. Curves on and off, you can see how massive of a role they play, and like the blue curve is quite different to the green curve, quite different to the red curve, and then this really precise balancing gives us these nice tones. And then let's go HSL. It's obviously really important. The color grading was quite important for all that warmth. Now you could add in all that warmth from the curves. You could, but sometimes it's just easier. Chuck in a lot of color in color grading and then tweak things at curves. Okay, and then I said I would show you all these at the end as well. So I quite like this effect, just giving a shine to that background. We are doing the foreground. Okay, so you can see how the image lacks a little bit of shape like this. And now we go up to the subject, and then we have this really nice tree here as well. And then we just really needed to bring the subject out, because without it quite right. Okay, so bring it back just a little bit. Now we get a really nice shot. So let's just do a full reset. Like this is what it can look like out of camera, you know, like just super, the colors aren't balanced. Like there's the blues are way too heavy for the subject, okay? And it's definitely not popping, and there's a lot of lack of color, okay? So most people are just like saturation, contrast, something like this, and they wonder why their images aren't silky smooth and like really nice looking. Okay, let's go this view, reset, go back. Lightroom tells you nothing about color. They just expect you to know all these rules to color. You can really start to learn to create your own style, emulate styles, pick and choose styles, make the right adjustments to photos to achieve the style you want. Links in the description, and catch you in the next one.